Welcome back to All Things ETH. My name is Aaron, and on this channel we talk about all things Ethereum. We talk about projects, NFTs, play to earn, DeFi, SoFi, and price. And today, guys, this is a live broadcast. I want to go through everything that I'm up to right now. I'm going to go through the ARB STP stuff, STIP stuff that I'm invested in. Obviously, I'll go through Friendtech, as most of you know me there. I'm going to go through Elephant, Money, and a couple of other things as well. What I'm looking at, what I'm excited about for the Ethereum and Ethereum compatible EVM chains, and all that's going on right now. We're on an uptrend in the markets. We're heading towards the BTC halving. There's a lot of ETH and BTC ETF news that's coming out. Sam Bankman-Fried's in jail, guys, for all the nasty stuff he did over the last couple years, last 4 years really, and it is on the up and up, guys. And feel free to leave any questions that you might have in the comments. I'm going to try to look at, if there's people live along with me here, I'm going to look at the comments, see if anybody has any questions. Might even tweet out real quick that I'm going live here, so let me do that real quick before we get started. And I'm just gonna go through everything that's going on. So let me grab the link here and let's get started. I'll let a couple people get on the live here. Let's you know what, I'm gonna show my screen so at least you guys see what I'm doing. All right, so it's a nice afternoon, some unseasonable warm weather here in the Midwest of the United States where I am located, and I'm loving it. For 17 of November, we're crushing it and enjoying the almost fall-like weather. It should be winter by now up here, and we're just chilling. So let me grab let's go to my YouTube channel and go to live. I just posted a couple new videos. One for the GMD protocol ecosystem, and yesterday I did a Friendtech one, so check those out, please. Let me grab the shareable link. Go to my Twitter. If you don't already follow me on Twitter, of course, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell here for more content just like this, but also follow me on Twitter at All Things ETH. And really, you can ping me just about anywhere, guys. I'm on Discord, and I'm on Telegram. All of them are at All Things ETH. So join me live on my YouTube channel, talking all things EVM right now. All right, so lots of things going on. Let's give a quick update on what's going on at GMD Protocol. If you're following along, guys, with my journey, I am a part of, sort of a part of the team, not part of the core team. I am not, deving or doing any sort of building necessarily for the GMD ecosystem. However, I am one of the Discord mods and kind of a hype man for them. I do a weekly update for the GMD ecosystem, which includes GMD, which is a GMX APR booster. So if you're into GMX, GLP, or the new GM tokens, which is part of their GMX V2, please check that out. We are currently around 20% APR on USDC, and I think let's see, let's actually go to the channel. Yeah, 20% APR on USDC, single-sided Delta Neutravaults, and almost 10% on wrapped ETH. So if you're in to yield farming, which I am, and that's how I got into this, guys, I am working for them. Now, I also, a part of their ecosystem, I talk about GND. GND has been on a downturn as far as the token price goes. However, there are some great, I think it's a great time to get into it right now because these APRs are still really great. So if you bought some GND tokens, you can, LP against wrapped ETH for 134% APR, and that's paid out in XGND, which then you can go stake for 48% right now. So anytime you're earning XGND, you're able to stake it and compound and claim it and get these reward points, which is part of the GMD ecosystem. Reward points are stacked one-to-one with they grow one-to-one with the value of your stake tokens, and it boosts your APR. So I'm sitting at 54% APR because I've been with the ecosystem for a while and have quite a bit wrapped up in there, but some great rewards. And that's paid out in ETH, guys. This is 54%, not paid in GND, but actually paid out in wrapped ETH. And I'm making about $10 a day there. Like I said, I've been in the ecosystem for a while, but if you had like a $4,500 investment, you too could be making close to that, at least, without the, you need the reward points, obviously, to catch up to where I'm at. But again, like $5,000, $6,000 if you got into that and wanted to stake. Not financial advice. Saul Goodman is developing V2 of that right now, so we should see some more developments there, and I do expect this to be a really great protocol for the incoming bull run, especially on the Arbitrum ecosystem. Now, there are some rumors we might expand to other chains like Base or Mantle or something like that, but nothing confirmed yet. And again, I'm not a part of the team, so I can kind of speculate a little bit without getting in too much trouble. But also part of that ecosystem is GBot. That's a Telegram trading bot specifically built on Gtrade. So it's Gains network on top of Arbitrum. So if you want a bot for the Arbitrum ecosystem, you can do that, and that trades not only blue chips, but also Forex and commodities. So if you're into Forex trading or commodities trading, you can get into the GBot and trade those on Arbitrum, which is pretty awesome. And the token, if you buy the token and stake it, you get 33% APR paid out again in wrapped ETH. And same with the GMD token. So if you go to GMD protocol and you own some GMD tokens, you can either stake those, or you can lock them up and stake the ES GMD and get a higher APR. So let's go to stake and look at those. 9% base APR on GMD and almost 20% on base APR on ES GMD, or locked GMD, escrow locked, right? So moving on from that, that is one of my primary gigs. Now I am kind of related to the GMD ecosystem. I am on the team now for Gast, which builds lending markets on top of those GMD vaults. So if you are invested in the GMX vaults, either the GLP or the GMD GMX V2 vaults, we already have the GLP vaults, markets built on top of those, so you can lend and borrow. And now these are non-liquidatable vaults, so you are depositing GMD, the receipt token from the GMD vaults, and you can borrow like assets. So deposit GMD USDC and borrow USDC, and you can either loop this or move it on and just be more capital efficient somewhere else. Maybe you want to take the USDC that you borrow from this and go, maybe meme coin trade or something crazy like that. You could do that, or you could try to find you could absolutely airdrop farm. That would be a great use for this. Grab some USDC while you're staking GMD USDC, which is getting 20% right now. You can now the borrows are a little high because again, we're sort of in transition here with the bear market wrapping up. I think we should see more liquidity here, but do check those out. We're gonna have the GMX V2 vaults coming out soon. We have GND, we have the GMD USDT, GMD ETH, and GMD BTC. Now the new GM vaults, the GMXV2 vaults, have a different wrapper for, it'll be GMD WETH instead of GMD ETH, so there will be a different definer there, but you can already use the GMD USDC token inside of this vault, I believe. I think they're the same contract, so do check those out if you're interested. I am a part of the team there, myself and Jonyan, who is the dev on this one. Jonyan works directly with Saul Goodman at GMD to create these markets. So, and they were part of the GMD Launchpad back in the summer. So great launch there, and we hope to find some great TVL throughout the bull run and to help people to not only get some great APRs, but to grow their positions through yield farming. So moving on from there, what else do we got going on? A big thing. These are all Arbitrum related. I am a big fan of Arbitrum. Got into Arbitrum before the airdrop in February of last year and got a nice airdrop there, but also got into the ecosystem pretty heavy as TVL was super high throughout most of last year until till late summer, where we started to see like base chain and other things start to be the new shiny deal. And but I still have plenty of TVL here. So a lot of it's in Silo. I put quite a few ETH into Silo vaults. Silo vaults are one asset, and you kind of split up your lending this way, which I really love. Their markets are a bunch of blue chip and great Arbitrum projects. So you can either lend the project tokens, or you can lend ETH or USDC to any one of these vaults and borrow the other assets that are in these vaults. So each vault has the asset shown, but also Ethereum and USDCE, or the bridge USDC. And some great APRs here, especially as the Arbitrum, the short-term incentive program is going on, the STIP. And they're paying out in ARB tokens right now. They used to be paying out in Silo tokens. In fact, I need to go claim the Silo tokens. I had like a couple, $250 or something like that in the Silo token, now claimable. And since Silo tokens aren't on the menu as far as the accumulation goes for these vaults, I do think we might see some price appreciation as they're less, they're not as available. So that could be interesting to look into if you still have some of those, or if you want to speculate on the price of those. But I am farming the wrap-staked ETH and ARB, and I believe the DPX vaults here because they have some great deposit APRs on ETH, 6%, 3.5%, and then again 6.3%. These fluctuate quite a bit as far as the deposit APRs go. I mean, right now they're pretty nice and simple. Sometimes I see them go as high as 10, 15%. Now, even the USDC side is actually pretty high right now. I think they're trying to get more TVL on that specific asset as less and less people are holding stables right now. I think you'll see APRs go up in this regard. So, and check that out. These are great places to not only farm the ARB tokens, but get some great capital efficiency on your Ethereum. If you're not familiar with my thesis, if you haven't been watching or are new to my channel, my thesis for investing in this ecosystem in general, so ecosystem meaning everything EVM, so Ethereum virtual machine or Ethereum compatible blockchains. I am stacking ETH. My channel's called All Things ETH, obviously, and my biggest investment is in Ethereum. I'm stacking it and stacking it and stacking it, and then I'm lending it to places like Silo, places like Radiant, which is another place that I have some ETH tokens, as well as GMD, and getting those GMD ETH rewards. In fact, did I even talk about that much? Yeah, I did a little bit. So yeah, like I said, 9.75% right now on single-sided delta neutral vaults built on top of GMX v2. So much better APRs than, it's double the APR essentially of staking ETH right now in the like Lido or RETH contracts. So as long as GMX is making fees, you will get some great APRs here. So moving on from that, like I said, Radiant is another place where I have a bunch of ETH staked and I'm borrowing stables against my stake there. Now, Radiant is very different as far as how you accumulate rewards here. 47% APR is the current. Now, you do have to have their DLP tokens and be you have to have a certain amount of that to be eligible for the emissions of 47.96% right now. And then, but you do get paid out, and I think I'm making like 10-15 bucks a week right now on that, which isn't terrible. On Silo, I think I'm making like 20 bucks a week, so it's better there as far as the rewards go. So I'm not really sure how that breaks down because 47% should be higher than like that 6% in Silo, but I do think a portion of that is in DLP or Radiant tokens. So between the Radiant tokens and the platform revenue, I believe is that 47%. So I'm making, like I said, about $10 in platform revenue per week, and then again another chunk of rewards in the Radiant token. And Radiant token has been going up, so it's not a bad investment right now for me. Not financial advice, guys. Couple of things I want to look at in here. This is the Elephant money token. I don't want to talk about that quite yet. I'll get to that in a second. As far as Ethereum goes, guys, we have broken out. Now, we did double top, and this could be a little bit concerning, guys. We're right at a double top here at 2132, and we're coming down from that. Now, I think we're going to drop all the way back down to 5,300 or 1,530. I don't see that happening personally because we have this super strong line of resistance here. So from the lows of 2022 all the way down here at like 850, I think we got down to, this wick went down to almost 850. And we've been bouncing off of this red line of resistance. Last time we bounced off was that $1,530. Even if we came all the way back down, we would only get down to about 1,600. But I really don't see that happening unless we get some really bad news or macro environment things change. Inflation is subsiding overall, which is good. I do think, we'll probably come down, consolidate, bounce off of maybe 1867, somewhere in this neighborhood where we've put in a lot of consolidation already, and then head into another leg up. This is the dividing line for the year. So we have about a month and a half left of the year. Whether or not we're above that double top at 2150 is yet to be determined. But I do see us, if we get a BTC ETF in the new year in January, guys, which is probably the most likely, I do think we could skyrocket pretty hard because an ETH ETF is just going to be right behind it. So let me look at the chat and see if there's any questions real quick here. Let me find that. And let's jump into this. Make sure my audio is turned down before I do. Let's see here, chats. I'm not in the right page. My channel. Things move a little bit slower when you're doing a live and trying to see what's going on at the same time. But all right, guys. Close that. Oh, it's Grady. Hey, let's go, baby. Good to see you, Crypto. Crypto Grady is, I'm a big fan of his. Amazing guy, amazing YouTube channel, and just a huge personality in the space. So, what up, Grady? Love you, bud. All right. If you don't know Crypto Grady, he's big into DeFi Kingdoms, but he and I met through George at Cryptos R Us, and dude, he's doing some amazing things with George. He's actually going to do some sort of crazy martial arts fight coming up, if that hasn't happened already. And he's getting jacked, man. He is. I go to the gym like 4 or 5 days a week, and I have definitely changed my body construction from being a pretty, average guy to being able to, lift, and a lot of my body mass is in muscle now. But Grady's like next level. So check out that guy's channel. Just click on him in the chat to check him out. Now let's talk about, should we move on to Elephant or should we move on to Friend.Tech? Let's move on to Friend.Tech. A lot of you who are here, or at least recently here. Oh, I need to sign back in because there's an update. Sign in. This might take a minute. In fact, no, it's going to just do a verify. I'm not going to jump out. Enter the feed. So this is the newest bit of Friend.Tech. Welcome to the Friend.Tech feed. We did get global comments, guys, and not only did we get global comments, but we get to vote. So there's like a voting system. So you can put one vote or as many votes as you have points, which is something that they're starting to give to people on the daily basis. So I'm currently getting about 5,000 points based on my key price, is what I understand is based on, and I get to vote on what gets pushed to the top. So some of these, are super, like Gav.eth is big. Not only does he have a Cryptoad, he is a big guy, I believe, in the Blur ecosystem. 140 ETH Friendfolio. That's insane. Yeah, pretty sure this guy's a Blur farmer as well. And if you're not familiar with Friend.Tech, it is built on top of X. And so you have to have an X account that you connect to this, but you get to invest by buying other people's keys. And if you hold a key, you get access to their private chats. So I'll show you my private chat. We've got a lot of great grinders in here, guys. We've got Drake on Digital, who has an awesome YouTube channel. We've got Julio. Shout out to you, man. Pebble is a big ETH guy. Mystic is a videographer similar to myself. If you aren't familiar, I do a lot of video production outside of YouTube and the crypto space, as that's my primary income. Long Ride, Labubu, all these guys are fantastic grinders, guys. GM to all of you. iArt is my newest key that I've 3-3'd with, and if you're not familiar with 3-3, that means we're holding each other's keys. In fact, almost everybody in my chat, we're holding each other's keys to farm the airdrop. So although Mr. V, if you're watching, buy my keys, because I think you're like the only one. I mean, OG Sim has like, his key is like a quarter of the worth of mine, but he still has like one or two of mine, and I have like 4 or 5 of him. Long Ride is amazing. Luke's is the grinder of all grinders on Friend.Tech. And Just 10 Years is amazing, guys. Big shout out to you, Just 10, for donating to my YouTube editor, my shorts editor. Tyne, if you're listening, I understand that your sister is actually, oh man, her sister just passed from cancer, and shout out to her. Show her some love in the comments, guys. She's been editing my YouTube shorts, so if you've seen any of those, she's the one editing those for me. and she lives in the Philippines. She was a scholar of mine in the Axie Infinity ecosystem. So if you were part of that, a lot of my subscribers came in through that space. OX Vava, shout out to you. All these guys are amazing, have amazing chats. Each one of our chats have our own flavor, right? Everybody's got a little different alpha going on in the space. I'm a big DeFi guy, so I talk about airdrop farming and yield farming. Some of these guys are traders, like William's a trader, and I've learned a lot from him as far as who to trade on Friend.tech. There's some indicators that you can check out. I don't expose those in this YouTube channel because I like to keep them a little more private. So if you want to learn more about what I do in Friend.tech, kind of behind the scenes, check out my room, check out my key, but also, you can DM me and I might talk to you about that. But anyway, any one of these grinders, guys, are fantastic keys to be owning. Shout outs to all of you here. The global feed is brand new. It just came out yesterday. So that's the newest feature. Other features that just came out recently are these write a comment on the sales. So a lot of these are hilarious. Let's see what William wrote here. Just W. That's just to give them a thumbs up for buying each other's keys, right? But some of them are hilarious when you have a sale with a comment. Let's find a good one here. So my keys. I'm sure there's going to be a good one here. Julio commenting on your own sale. Good job. Let's see. Let's look at this one. This one's pretty rough. Don Father, I'm sorry if you're watching, but you're rugging everybody, and that's just sad. Slow rug. Selling off your keys, and all of these were 3-3s or agreements, which means he's breaking his word, and that's all we have in Friend.tech right now is our word. We're farming an airdrop that may or may not happen. However, this is interesting, guys. There was a token drop from one of the top keys, top FT people, and this is not it. Let me look it up. The CBB cartel, right? I think it's CBP. And yep, this is the, so CBB and Crew put out a token, and it tracks what a point, an airdrop point in Friend.tech would be worth. So it's basically the OTC contract or the futures speculation on the point system in Friend.tech. And so let me just break that down real quick. This is pretty interesting. So right now, CBP or a crypto is I don't know if it's crypto bull point, whatever CB stands for, but the points in Friend.tech show up in the airdrop tab. If you're a part of this, in fact, happy Points Day to y'all. Points should be out shortly. In fact, in the next couple hours, we should see these. But I have 5,400 points already dropped to me because I've been farming this airdrop since week 1. Points per ETH valued have been around between 70 and 80 points per ETH lately. I've got a portfolio value of just over 10 ETH right now. So I'm hoping to see about 700 minimum today, which will put me up to 6,000 points. And if the CBP is at 322, let's actually do the math, guys. So let's just round it to 5,000. So 5,000 times $3 a piece, that's $15,000 in Friend.tech airdrop points. So pretty great. That's over 100% return for me. As I believe, no, that's not quite. If I sold everything today, so one thing I like to look at is Friend Pro. Friend Pro is accessible to those who have certain keys. I've got the Bored Sharky key, so I have access to this. It's a premium or freemium. It's not freemium. It's a premium application for Friendtech. It tracks your profits and losses. I'm up 1 ETH overall. This has fluctuated between, I've been up 50%, I think, early on. Even more than that, I was like 10x originally. If you've watched some of my Friendtech videos, I only had like 0.15 invested early on, and it went up to like a whole ETH from there. But then I started dropping ETH like 1 to 2 ETH every week for a while, and just put another 2 ETH in this week, and I'm still in profit, guys. So even if I sold everything, every single key that I have, I would still be an ETH in the profit, which is pretty fantastic considering I'm also making points. So if I sold all my keys today, I would be up an ETH in profit, and I would have 5,000 points roughly. And on top of that, each point is currently valued at about $3. So this is why I am bullish on Friendtech. And if you're not in here yet and you've got some ETH assets and want to grind it out, this airdrop is a potential game changer for a lot of us. So, pardon me. That's what you get from Alive. You get the intermittent, like, gastrointestinal distress that's going on within here. I apologize. Any other comments? No other comments. Let's just do a quick refresh here. See if we have anything new. Probably wrap this up in a couple of minutes, guys, but I wanted to check and see if there's anybody else watching. No other chat going on, but we do have some likes, so that's cool. All right. All right, so let's go to, let's wrap this up with Elephant Money. A lot of you watch my content because of Elephant, so let's find my tab. Yes, I have like 90 tabs open. This is what crypto has done to me. Got my Axie Infinity tabs, I got my DBank tabs, I've got my, TradingView tabs, I've got my DeFi Llama tabs, I've got my lending tabs. I'm lending in Silo and Radiant, as I said, but also in TenderFi, where I've got some GMD ETH being lent, and then also obviously in Gas and everything else. GMD ecosystem is right here, and then we've got Friendtech. Everything Friendtech is over on this right side of the screen. In fact, I even have Luke's. Shout out again to Luke's. Luke's Notion.site. This is just his constant updates, man. He's grinding, like I said. But all right, let's get into Elephant Money. I've got a video on most of this, so if you're not familiar with Elephant, go check that out. This right here is their NFT space. So I've got 2 of their NFTs, and I'm staking those for 26% paid out in Elephant. Elephant tokens right now. Elephant Money has taken a little bit of a correction that's consolidating currently. It was up only almost all year. It's incredible. And shout out to this is weird, guys. This might sound a little funny. If you've watched any of my videos, you know I'm religious. I love my Jesus Christ, and I'm so thankful for him saving my life. I don't know where I'd be without him. However, he dropped on me a little like, hey, sell your elephant at 57 or 57 parts per million, basically, right? So, where did it go to? 58. I sold half of my elephant tokens up here. I bought them down here. I put about $2,000 into the ecosystem here. It went all the way up here for, I think it was a 4x. I sold half, so it made about $4,000, and still have, I still had about $2,000 down here, and then I recently bought another $1,000 worth of tokens here. So just a little transparency as to where I'm at. I think I'm close to almost $4,000 in Elephant Money tokens. I do expect this to start to creep up again, guys. This ecosystem is crazy. In fact, let's do a quick overview for those who are watching live. Their treasury is a smart contract, so it automatically, whenever you buy and sell Elephant tokens, there's a 10% entry fee and a 10% exit fee, and that tax is a beast, but it helps the volume. Like, it helps to limit volume and limit people that are trading the fluctuations in price. So, but the cool thing about that as well is that tax goes to the treasury, and the treasury buys Elephant tokens with that. So it constantly supplies buy pressure to the price of Elephant money. And so it keeps buying tokens. Every time somebody buys tokens or sells tokens, it buys tokens, and it will not dump. It will not sell. Bertha, which is the name of the treasury, does not dump. So continually pushes on the buy price, and that's why it's been pretty much up only. All let's see, it did 611% over the last year, and then we did correct some, and now it's up again and consolidating here, but I do expect us to continue to go up. Now, like I said, there's the unlimited tokens, which you purchase this with BNB, and that BNB goes to the treasury, and the treasury buys Elephant tokens with that, and you get that APR through here. Now they hold their value, guys, pretty well. If I was to sell those, I bought them for 2 BNB a piece, so 4 BNB, and I bought them at the low of BNB's run. I think it was like $200 for a BNB when I bought these. So even if I sold them today, I'd be up about $50 per. And then again, I'm making Elephant tokens with that, so that's pretty fantastic. But then there's also there's a cool annuity product built on top of Elephant 2 called Futures, and Futures is really, really insane as far as its mechanism. So let's look at that quick before I log off here. Sign off for the weekend. Futures pays out 0.5% per day, which is absolutely insane, but you have to make a deposit in order to compound that. So you put in $1,000, or your minimum deposit is $200. I currently have about $800. So I've got $8 available to compound or claim. If I claim this, it goes against my value of my account. But if I do a $200 deposit, I can compound that and make 5%, or 0.5% per day on the total. So the cool thing about this is it starts going crazy when you calculate this. So let me see if I have, here's the Google sheet that compounds, and you can kind of get a feel for how quickly this goes up. So let's say that right now we have an initial deposit of $200 with a regular deposit of $200. And there's 3 different scenarios here. One with initial deposit of $200, $10,000, and $10,000. But then we also eventually quit depositing, and we have a compound phase of every 2 weeks on this first one here on strategy 1. So on this strategy, we're not claiming anything until we hit our goal of 250,000, but it keeps going up based on the deposits. So in just 26 months, we go from initial deposit of $200 to a $250,000 portfolio. It seems crazy, but do the math, guys. Check this out. I might leave this in the description in the video. This is one of the things I'm most bullish about, especially, okay, so I'm gonna be borrowing against my Ethereum, right? And as Ethereum grows, I'll be able to borrow a little bit more as it goes up in price. And I'll buy those stables. I'll move them into, this is on BNB, so it's not on the Ethereum chain. It's not on a layer 2. It's on the BNB chain, but BNB is EVM compatible, and that's why I'm interested. So I move some of the assets I've borrowed on, Silo or Radiant. In fact, Radiant has a direct. Check this. This is cool. So if you go to the markets and want to deposit Ethereum, you can actually borrow on the BNB chain if you choose a different asset. So you can lend Ethereum here, and then if you want to borrow USDT, you could actually borrow USDT on Binance, and then switch that to BUSD and get into futures. It's BUSD is the current asset for futures. So that's what I'm doing. I'm lending on Arbitrum, turning it into borrowing USDT on the Binance Smart Chain. So I don't have to bridge. This is all done with layer 0. So farm the airdrop there. Little hint to anyone of you who's watching still. But that is an airdrop I'm farming pretty heavily. I'm doing all of my transfers with layer 0, whether it's Stargate, obviously, is the easiest way to do it. It's a bridge, multi-chain bridge, EVM bridge. You can cross chain swap using SushiSwap, which is pretty great, and that's layer 0 airdrop farming as well. Or you can use Radiant, like I showed you, and lend here and then borrow on any of these other chains depending on the asset that you are wanting to borrow. In fact, you can even do base with Ethereum, which is pretty awesome. So anyway, to wrap this up, guys, I did make a video about what I'm going to do in the last Elephant ecosystem update or November update that I did. I was talking about what I'm going to do in the future with futures. So in January, I'll be putting in a deposit of about $20,000 into futures, and I'll be compounding that, I believe, 3 times a month and claiming once a month. And by the end of the year, I'll be making about $10,000 a month in claims and compounding even higher. So that'll continue to grow throughout 2024, and then hopefully at the end of that, I'll be turning that, I'll be paying off my loans essentially, right, with the money I've earned in futures, and to stack more ETH in the next bear cycle. So that's I'll be selling some ETH at the I'll be scaling out of ETH towards the top of the bull market. And then I'll be paying back my loans, USDT, or USDC, wherever it is, to like Silo and Radiant and these places with my futures rewards. So I'll actually keep building my futures account, paying off the loans that I took against my Ethereum. And the great thing about that is the only thing I'm actually paying capital gains on is the rewards that I'm making inside of Elephant's futures. Because when you lend Ethereum and borrow against it, you're not paying any capital gains on the borrowed money. You're just paying gains on the APRs. So anyway, with that, guys, let's get back to my screen so I can say goodbye today. Thank you so much for watching. It is now dark out as things get dark around 5 p.m. local time here, as we're heading into the winter time, and it'll get colder soon. You'll start seeing me in hoodies and my beanies. But thanks so much for watching. I appreciate every single one of you who has subscribed. So hit that notification bell if you have subscribed. If you haven't, like and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, get on Discord, and check, ping me over at GMD or Gast. I would love to see you guys in FriendTech, all my subscribers. That'd be awesome. So get into the global feed or ping me on Twitter, X, whatever it is. And want to hear from you guys. So thanks again so much for subscribing, liking, watching, commenting on lives. With that, have a great weekend and God bless.